Now that we've created a development store, let's take a look at the layout of the store and really how to customize it without using the code initially. Before you dive into the code, I would really recommend getting to know your theme and really see what options you have before you start changing things around, in the code. Because if you can do it just within your customizer, then you can save a lot of time and a lot of headache. So this is kind of how the customizer is going to look once you open your store, right? So you're on the home page, and the difference between the home page and every other page in Shopify, as I might have already mentioned, is that you can create dynamic sections for your home page. So you can add as many sections as you want without having to dive into the code. So for every other page in your Shopify store, you have to create basically a new template for that page, and that's where you would put in those sections. And we're going to dive into this a little bit later, so don't worry about that for now. But just know that the home page is the easiest one to kind of customize, right? Because you can add things right here from the customizer. And we have the header. Right now we're in the sections tab. We have the header. We have the first section, which is the image. And if you kind of click on it and drag it, you can place it all around your store here. And we have the features, the image with text, and it's very nice. It's very nice to be able to easily move around sections like that. So why don't we go ahead and click on add sections, and we can see here that we have the blog, collections, images, products, promotional, and this is something that we're going to be actually be able to add to using the code, which is called the Shopify schema. Again, this is something we're going to dig into a little bit later throughout the course, but I just want you to keep it in mind for now that this is going to be all customizable for us using Liquid, and we're going to be able to add our own sections here. But for now, let's add another. Let's see. Let's add featured products at the bottom. So adding featured product as the section over here, and we just click it, and it gives us a little bit of a preview. So we have to actually click add, and once we click add, we have more customizations over here on the left. Right, so we can select the product. Again, this is something we're going to be able to do using schema once we get into the liquid section. But here we can just add a product. Very, very nice, very easy to do. We can select the image size, right? So that's what I'm saying. So before you actually dig into the code, make sure you kind of understand what you can do with the customizer itself, because you can do a lot of things. You can make it larger, medium, whatever. You can show the quantity selector. This is all built into the theme already. So even when we're going to be working with something, like if we want to add a quantity selector to another section, we're going to be able to kind of steal it from this section, right? So it's very useful when you have a really good code base. Enable zoom. Right, really, really cool. And then we have something called the theme settings. So this is kind of so this is just for the section itself, and then this is for every section of the theme, or sorry, not every section of the theme. Every what is it called? Every one of those product sections for the theme. So we can unclick or click any of these, and this is something we're going to be able to add as well. So once we do that, we have that section over here. We can click save, and it gets saved. So now this is kind of all we have here. We have the header, and the header is just the top part here, and we can kind of tell it where we want the logo aligned. We can select an image for the logo. We can show an announcement bar. And there's a lot of customizations here as well, right? So one of the really big things to keep in mind is when you start working on a store, don't be so eager to jump into the code, because Shopify themes provide you with a lot of customizations early on, and you can do a lot of things using the customizer before you jump in, and that will actually save you a lot of time. So really max out what you can do with the customizer first. And then the things that you can't do, then you can dive into the code and really customize it the way that you or your client needs you to do. And then again, we got all that stuff here. And then we have the footer. And for this footer, we can add content, we can add another menu, and kind of separates it. Really nice. Really dynamic, really nice. And then we have the colors here, and the theme settings again. So we were just in the sections, right? So then we go into the majority kind of, or the major theme settings. So this is kind of the global settings for the theme. So this is the colors for your text that you would use for the theme. And again, I would really recommend you to really play around with the colors here first before setting colors in your code, because it can really mess up, or it can make it a lot harder for you to work with different colors and fonts in the future if you want to add something. But if you can kind of set the your brand theme colors over here at the beginning, then it's going to be very easy for you, and you won't have to worry about colors in the future. And you have colors for your buttons, you have color for your primary buttons, and again, it's really, really cool to be able to do this without using any code at the beginning. Then you have the typography, where you're going to be able to use some fonts. And I mean, it's not all the fonts, but you still have a pretty good chunk of fonts there that you can use. Social media, favicon, never know how to say that, but that's basically a little logo over here. Cart notifications and checkout. And again, I just want to really go quickly over this because a lot of people, they're so eager to jump into the code and start, playing around with Liquid, but a lot about the theme can be edited using the customizer here. And the whole point of a CMS is to have the client be able to customize using the CMS system, right? And then we have this section over here, which kind of, if you don't have another way to access the page, all your pages are going to be available over here. Oops, what did I click? Okay, and then we have the mobile version that we can check how it looks, and then we have the desktop and the widescreen. Anyways, I just wanted to do this quick overview of the customizer. I'll see you in the next section.